The world knows your name. Millions of people use your inventions. But your story didn't begin with Apple. It began with rejection. The day you're born, your biological parents give you up for adoption. Before you even speak, someone else chooses your future. A loving family adopts you. They don't have much money, but they give you something more valuable, curiosity. As a child, you love taking things apart. Radios, televisions, electronics. You aren't trying to break them. You're trying to understand them. Your father teaches you something important. If you're going to build something, build it right. That lesson stays with you forever. School isn't easy. You're smart, but you're bored. Teachers think you're difficult. You think differently. You ask too many questions. You challenge everything. Then your family moves to California, a place filled with engineers, inventors, dreamers. For the first time, you feel like you belong. As the years pass, your obsession grows, not with money, with creating something new. Eventually, you meet another young engineer, Steve Wozniak. He's brilliant. He loves building computers. You immediately become friends. Hours turn into nights, talking about technology, dreaming about the future. Everyone else sees computers as machines. You see them as something personal, something every home should have. After high school, you go to college, but something feels wrong. The classes don't inspire you. The tuition is expensive. You don't want your parents spending money on something you don't believe in, so you make a decision. You drop out. Everyone thinks you're making a mistake. Maybe they are right. Or maybe you're about to start a completely different journey. You stay on campus anyway. You attend only the classes you enjoy. One class changes everything. Calligraphy, beautiful letters, perfect spacing, elegant design. Years later, those lessons will change every computer forever. You travel to India, searching for meaning, searching for purpose. After traveling and searching for purpose, you return to California. One idea keeps coming back. Computers, personal computers, computers everyone can own. You meet your friend, Steve Wozniak. Together, you start building computers, not in an office, in a garage. Money is limited, equipment is old, but your belief is strong. You work day and night, building, testing, improving. Finally, the first Apple computer is ready. Now comes the hardest part, selling it. Most stores reject you. Then, one store places an order, 50 computers. You look at each other. You don't even have the money to build them, but somehow you make it happen. Apple officially begins. Orders keep coming. The Apple II launches. It becomes a huge success. Schools buy it. Families buy it. Businesses buy it. Apple grows faster than anyone expected. You're only in your 20s, already a millionaire, but money isn't enough. You want to build something unforgettable. Then, a new project begins, the Macintosh. A computer that's simple, beautiful, easy to use. You believe technology should feel human. Years of work go into one product. Finally, launch day arrives. The Macintosh speaks. The audience is stunned. Apple is changing the world. But inside the company, problems are growing. The biggest challenge of your life is about to begin. The Macintosh launches. People are amazed. Apple grows. But inside the company, problems begin. Sales slow down. Executives start blaming you. Every meeting becomes an argument. They say you're impossible to work with. You say they're losing the vision. The tension gets worse. One day, the board calls a meeting. Everyone sits quietly. The vote begins. Minutes later, everything changes. You're fired. Not from another company, from Apple, the company you built. You walk outside. The Apple logo is still there, but it no longer belongs to you. For weeks, you don't know what to do. People think your career is over. They're wrong. You start a new company, Next. It doesn't become a huge success, but it teaches you something. Great ideas need time. Then another opportunity appears, a small animation studio. Its name is Pixar. You invest. Years later, Pixar releases Toy Story. The movie becomes a global success. Meanwhile, Apple begins falling apart. Products fail. Customers leave. The company is losing billions. Eventually, Apple realizes one thing. The man they fired is the only person who can save them. One phone call changes everything. Apple wants you back. The company that rejected you now needs you. You return to Apple. The company is struggling. Products aren't selling. Employees have lost direction. You know one thing. Apple has become too complicated, so you simplify everything. Projects are canceled. Teams are reduced. One mission remains. Build great products. Then, the iMac arrives. Simple, colorful, different. People love it. Apple is alive again, but you don't stop. You introduce the iPod. 1,000 songs in your pocket. The music industry changes forever. Then comes iTunes. Buying music becomes easier than ever. Apple keeps growing. But your biggest idea hasn't arrived yet. A phone. Not just any phone. A phone. That feels like the future. Years of work. Countless failures. Prototype after prototype. Finally, you walk onto the stage. The audience watches. You smile. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. The iPhone is revealed. The crowd erupts. Everything changes. The smartphone era begins. Millions line up outside Apple stores. The world will never use phones the same way again. But behind the success, another battle begins. Doctors deliver difficult news. Cancer. Life suddenly feels different. You continue working. You continue creating because that's who you are. Every day matters. Every product matters. Every moment matters. As your health declines, you step away from Apple. The company you've spent your life building can now stand on its own. Years later, millions of people still hold Apple products in their hands. Many never knew your story, but they experience your vision every single day. You proved one thing. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are usually the ones who do. Your greatest invention wasn't the iPhone. It was inspiring people to think different.